Throw that tweet up. Do. Let me see. 8th already. 8.
Already. That shit flying by, man.
I know, man.
Flying by.
Yeah.
But happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We back.
We back at it. You know it. Man to man pod. I'm one half.
Yes, sir.
Co-host D Butt.
Yes, sir.
As always, got a great show today, man. And we in it, man. We almost here, man. With another weekend where, I think, this weekend we're gonna have either some college football or some NFL.
Right, college ball. We're gonna have obviously preseason. This is basically week 1 preseason for everybody else outside of the Jacksonville Jaguars
and the
Las Vegas Raiders. So I'm sure a lot of us, I think they hit like damn near 6 million views for a Hall of Fame game, which is nuts. But everybody's thirsty for some football right now.
Yeah.
I didn't watch much of it, saw a little bit of it, but Hall of Fame ceremony, all the inductees, we obviously going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the upcoming class.
2023. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough next year.
Our former teammates, at least one of our former teammates in there.
Yeah.
First time eligible.
Yeah.
What else we got? Obviously, we got one of my former teammates, one of my funniest teammates, Rich Orenberger, joining the show today. Former Patriot, former Charger, and now doing his thing in media. So that's going to be. He had a funny story he had about going to a Patriots meeting, showing up to a Belichick meeting late. We're going to get into that, and then obviously talk some NFL as well. We got what division we talking about today?
Who we got? I think we got the AFC West. Got the AFC West, so we're going to tap into that. I think should be one of the toughest divisions this year. I know the quarterback play is going to be elite in that division. We got some Kareem Hunt news. Going to touch on that a little bit.
Yeah.
And as always, man, y'all put your comments in the comment section. Definitely going to tap in with you guys. And again.
Yeah, man. Tap in, obviously, on here. Tap in on Twitter. Use the hashtag M2M Live. And we're going to have some fun today, man. Monday, August 8th, 2022.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you on the other side.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Man,
year 2. Still ain't got one bar from my guy B yet.
Hey, I told you, man. I told you when I said that, my representatives heard when I said that and said, hey, we don't do that for free no more. You know what I mean? So
I gotta respect it, man. Business is business.
Yeah. We got to get that video. I got to tell Tony to put that video in.
Which one?
Jordan. Did you see that rep with Jordan Davis going against the center?
We got to get him to put that video in for a couple reasons.
Got to.
Why are you interested in that training camp video? Jordan Davis is a monster, by the way.
He is a monster. Just for one, I hate where he went in the draft.
Okay.
For one,
feel like he should have been higher.
So this is how I feel. Like, obviously, you win in the trenches. That's when you win your games. Where you win your games, you win in the trenches. O-line, D-line, like that's if you got a great O-line, D-line, 9 times out of 10, you at least make it to the. I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10, but you got a good chance.
Yeah, it's better to have a quarterback.
Yeah, but even if you have a quarterback, if you don't got a good O-line, that quarterback's not going to do well.
Yeah.
So with that, just that video just show like what interior D lineman really can do for you.
And when we playing the great quarterbacks, the historically great quarterbacks who have been pocket guys,
they hate
the
that
Peytons,
up the middle,
the Toms, the Drews, all of them is consistent across the board. All of them hate that. They can deal with the guys flying by and stuff in that pocket. When you got that pocket collapsing in front of you, that's a whole different ball game. It's harder to see the field, harder to step up on your throws, step into your throws. One of the knocks on Jordan Davis, well, I guess not his weight. You know, people were, all right, can he manage his weight, right? Big dude. We saw him go to the combine and do some freakishly athletic things. But you know how you know, especially the higher ups are when it comes to the weight and weight management, because that typically leads to, as players get older, more injuries, tougher to keep them on the field. And then the other thing was him not necessarily playing a ton of snaps at Georgia. Now, they had so many dogs on there that he didn't have to, but I want to say he averaged like less than 25 snaps a game at Georgia. So those were some of the concerns, some of the question marks. Everybody knew he can dominate. Big, athletic, strong player. But those were kind of the concerns with him. But the Eagles might have hit on and it'd be next to Fletcher Cox too.
Oh, hey, bro. Like, I'm watching that. First of all, I'm looking at the video, and I'm looking at how small he making that center look. Like, and it's nothing. It's, man, hold on. We're gonna say that because we need the video. We need the video,
and Rich will be joining the show a little later, obviously, because I did see a few different offensive linemen chime in on the video.
And say what?
And say, like, hell of a job by that center. That's exactly what he's supposed to do against that hop back. That's kind of like a technique to kind of, you know, I guess slow him down. So that was something for even me. I was like, okay, maybe I don't know the context of that. But they were like, you know, that's the drill that's set up for that defensive lineman to win. So I would love to get Rich's input on that as well, because from my standpoint, it's like shit. That's what I want my guy, my interior D lineman to be doing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm shit. That's a great job. Like, you know, teach me. You know, you learn something new every day.
Hey, yeah, fact. Brad. We're gonna talk about it. Hopefully, Tone can get it in the in there sooner than later. So Jordan Davis, so that's one. That's something we ain't planning to talk about. So who else you looking forward to watching this rookie year? I know it's hard, at least for me, to really get excited, you know, and really talk about these teams preseason wise, because we don't know what's going on in practice, training camp. You know, all the media people put out clips and they say this person had a great day, that person had a great day. You don't truly know. I don't feel, unless you're really in there in the building, watching the film and stuff like that. And then the preseason games, kind of the same. You know, you can see who can splash and make some plays, but really the same. But what guys are you looking forward to this year making their debuts in the NFL?
My HBCU guys, Joshua Williams, Jacoby Durant. You know, I want to see these guys splash onto the scene. I've been hearing some great things about them, what they're doing in camp, respectively. Kansas City, the LA Rams. You know, obviously, it's a lot more other guys that, you know, is going to splash on the scene. It's going to come. They're going to make a name for themselves. But those are two of the guys that I'm looking to see, you know, what they'll be able to do this year. And I think they'll be able to contribute to their teams, whether it's on special teams, whether it's in some type of nickel package, dime package. But I think they'll get a lot of playing time. So, you know, everybody's listening. You know, Joshua Williams down there in Kansas City, Jacoby Durant. LA Rams, man, two HBCU guys, man. I'm looking to see what them guys are going to do. Obviously, you know, DBs, secondary guys. So, you know, those are the two guys that I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, and both of those guys went to great organizations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Great coaches. So that's a really good. We got a chance to sit down with Joshua Williams down in Miami.
Yeah.
But man, that's so valuable for a young guy. Me and you were fortunate to do that, get drafted in that. But you're going into both of these teams. Obviously, the Rams coming off a Super Bowl win, and then the Chiefs, 4 straight AFC championship games that they've hosted. So obviously they got their shit together over there from the organization, from a coaching standpoint. And then Joshua Williams gonna have every opportunity to play and make plays. Same thing with Kobe Durant. So that'd be great. I'll stick right there with the DBs, the guys that went at the top of that first round. Derek Stingley Jr. Out there in Houston, and then Sauce Gardner up there in New York. Like even McDuffie, all these guys that went early, because obviously the expectations are going to be very, very high.
Yeah.
Elam out there in Buffalo, McDuffie in Kansas City, and they're gonna have to play early and make plays. So I'm excited for him. I saw a clip of Derek Stingley Jr. doing some one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Picking off a back shoulder fades.
It was a
clinic. Clinic take. Obviously, practice rep, but I like what I saw, and I like what I've heard about him even throughout the draft process. I talked to one of my former teammates, Kelvin Shepard, who's coaching out there in Detroit, and when I called him about Stingley, he was like, bro, like he one of the ones, like Jamar Chase, like Jeff, like they all cut from the same cloth. So I'm excited about these young guys getting opportunities, man.
No doubt, man. We got this Jordan Davis video up.
Yeah, let's play one time before we get rich.
Jesus fucking God damn.
Let me see it one more time.
One more time.
I gotta see what the quarterback would be.
Jesus fucking God damn.
So first of all, excuse that language.
Yeah.
But so to your point, you said some old linemen had chimed in on this video and was like he did a hell of a job with that.
Jeff Schwartz was another guy too, but Jeff Schwartz was the first guy. So I want to say maybe TJ Lang or one of those guys too.
But if this is 11 on 11, quarterback dropping
a good rep, man. I think that's a good rep, AB. That might be a good rep.
A good rep for who?
Both guys, honestly. But I think the center, I think that might be one of them reps where just like you one-on-one with a tight end, you in there with somebody and it's a press out, you all over them. Great throw, maybe make a great catch, your hand right there. Like it's just a good NFL rep. I think that's what that was right there. I think that looks much worse than it actually was.
Why you say that? Why does it look much worse than because it's like one-on-one?
One-on-one, and then you expect maybe he'll get a little chip or something from the guard. And usually the center is the smallest guy on the O-line.
He's definitely
but that hop back technique. I feel like that's kind of like running back, break up the middle. First play of the game, he break up middle, go for 11. Free safety got to make his tackle. Boom, you fall back, you get him down on the ground. It's like, oh, AB got ran over. It's like, hey, I made the play I needed to make. It don't look good, but I made the play I needed to make. I feel like that's what that was right there. But we'll talk to Rich about it. We'll get the expert's opinion.
We'll talk. He held his own. He did all he could do. Like, what else could you? You know what I'm saying?
That's that die slow.
That's slow. That die slow for sure. But again, but Jordan Davis, man, he's gonna make a huge impact. If he can give the Eagles that on pass plays, run plays, obviously he's gonna. Hopefully he'll do his job. Big, strong young fella, clog up the middle. But to your point, having Fletcher Cox next to him, got Hassan Reddick coming off the edge. Man, the more I think about this, man, and what Philly did, bringing AJ Brown over, man.
Philly did some shit.
Philly might be able to do something, man.
Philly. The expectations are there. Obviously, Philly, that's a big brand, strong fan base, passionate fan base. And they've had, success over the years, but the expectations are high. Jalen Hurts, I think, is the right guy for that team. I think he's the right guy for that city. And he'll obviously have all the opportunity in the world to win him over this year. And it's going to be a big year. Big year for Jalen, and they did the right things building around him. Like you talked about getting AJ on draft night, getting AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. He had a really good rookie year. Dallas Goedert, I like him at tight end. One of them just big guys, show up to work every Sunday and get the job done, not super flashy. And then Miles Sanders, last year on his rookie deal, he had no touchdowns last year, which is absolutely nuts. I think he played 12 games, so it's gonna be a big year for him. I'm on this Eagles. I picked them earlier to win the division, to win that NFC East. I'm on this Eagles bandwagon, man. Fly Eagles, fly.
Yeah, I mean it's another one of your teams. I'm pretty sure it's one of them.
Fly Eagles, fly.
You go. Hey, this is my team. I get it, but to your point,
how many teams I'm gonna have this year?
We talked about it though. We talked about it a while ago, like earlier this year, and I know I said it like this is for Jalen Hurts. This is that year. Like he has to show improve, and the organization did right by him by what you said, just adding those pieces, and not only on the offensive side of the ball to help him out while he's on the field, but very important to add them pieces to the defensive side, because that can help that offense as well and help Jalen as well. So man,
it's a fact.
He said all the time. I think it's competitive, regardless of what their records are. That division is always competitive. But looking at what Dallas is going through with the injuries, but they're going to be competitive. We don't know what we're going to get out of the Giants. We expecting that Daniel Jones DJ comes out, plays a little better than what he has in the past.
You expecting that?
Yeah, I'm expecting that. So we'll see Saquon back healthy, try to show up their O-line, so we see what the Giants do. Obviously, the Eagles, looking good, and you're watching.
This ain't one of my teams. They ain't make the cut this year, boss. They got the axe early. But what's the limit on it? I got it. How many teams can I have this year, bro?
You can like 4 teams, bro. Like that's
4?
Like 4 teams. That's it, bro. So you already with Miami. You already got the Chargers. You got the Eagles,
Miami, Colts, Chargers, Eagles. Damn, that's all right. There we go. That's my 4 teams.
Yeah, right.
My 4 mobs. So if I pick up another team, I gotta cut one of those.
Yeah, you can't be out here with 5 teams.
I don't know who on the chopping block. 3 AFC, 1 NFC. All right, I can root for those guys.
Okay.
I like those quarterbacks.
Okay.
All right, what else we got, man?
Man, let's talk about got some news.
Oh, yeah, that's
obviously we've been in Cleveland a lot with the news. But somebody else, Kareem Hunt requested a trade, but the Cleveland Browns declined it. What's your take on this, man? Like, I'm thinking shit sweet over there. You bring in D. Watson, he might be able to rock. You got the 2-headed monster. You bring Amari Cooper. So I'm like, you forming something that looks really, really good. You got some key players, some playmakers on both sides of the ball. Kareem Hunt, like, man, I want out. But
I think you've been holding in. He want his money. He want his money. I think he's making like 6.5 this year, which is decent for a running back, especially if you're not, the every down guy. But can't blame him, man. It's one of those positions where you got a short shelf life. And he knows, I feel like, shit, you got Deshaun Watson, but who knows how long he's going to be going. The NFL has, appealed the Sue L. Robinson ruling. They found their own arbitrator. They're going to appeal that. He'll probably get, 10 plus games. But one of the first things you talk about when you talk about this Browns offense, this Browns team, is that 2-headed monster at running back.
Yeah. So,
and then Kareem Hunt, obviously with Jacoby Brissett being the starter to start the season, you would expect them to lean on that backfield even more. But so he's probably like, all right, I know they need me. You look around the building, they just this offseason they gave Watson $230 fully guaranteed. They gave Njoku a deal, the tight end. They gave Denzel Ward his deal. So Hunt probably like, man, I know he definitely fucked up earlier in his career, but they took a chance on him. He's been good, nose clean. I need my bread going into this year. I need my money. I need a little bit more security at this position. So I understand him. I definitely get him from the business standpoint. A lot of these guys are doing these, hold-ins where they're showing up and then, not participating in certain drills, which I fully understand. But yeah, it surprised me. Definitely caught me off guard because I would have thought that this we've been hearing about this months ago, and maybe they were having conversations behind closed doors that didn't go Kareem's way, and he just said, "All right, this is the time. Let me get traded before the season starts." But like you said, the Browns declined, so they basically said, "Nah, it ain't happening."
Get your ass to work.
Get your ass to work 2-7. So yeah, I anticipate seeing Kareem Hunt out there, right with Nick Chubb. And still been that two-headed monster out there in Cleveland. What about you?
Nah, I mean, agree. Get your bread, because to your point, we do talk about that two-headed monster. I don't think that offense goes how it goes without those two guys in the backfield. Player side, yeah, go get your money. I'm 100% with you. Business side, I get it. Nah, we not gonna let you go. We declining your trade. I get both sides. If you're Cleveland,
he's a monster too.
Yeah, if you're Cleveland, do you even have any conversation with any teams that's here to little rumblings here and there? Do you even have these talks with other teams, or you say, nah, that's not even in the question?
I mean, now I think about it, they decline Baker's trade request too.
They did.
So I guess this is how Browns go about. They're gonna decline your shit, but they still gonna listen. I think you always listen, unless it's certain players that you don't have a conversation with. But outside of the very few players, you always listen. Now, what would a team be willing to give up at this point for a running back? And I think Kareem can be a starting running back damn near anywhere.
No question.
We've seen that talent-wise. So I think you definitely listen, but I don't think they'll get in return what they'll want for Kareem Hunt. So I think ultimately this is one that plays out with Kareem Hunt playing in Cleveland this year on a contract year, probably making himself some money. Like you said, you expect with Jacoby starting at this team and this offense, how they're built. They're built to rely on that run game, that play action game. That's what Stefanski want to do. So I think he'll be there. I don't think he's going nowhere. But if I'm Andrew Berry, the GM of the Cleveland Browns, if I get a call on him, I'm definitely going to listen and take that call.
Yeah, that's your job. You got to do that. You got to do that. Sticking with ball, this past weekend, man, we had another class go in, get their gold jackets. 2022 Pro Football Hall of Fame. You see him here. For those that can't see, you got Antoine Bethea, Branch, Leroy Butler, McNally, Sam Mills, Richard Seymour, Dick Vermeil, and Brian Young. What do you think, man? I know we talked about it before we got on. Brian Young's speech was powerful.
Yeah.
Talked about his son that passed, but that was the only one I was able to catch Jacoby. What did you think about the weekend?
I thought these weekends are always great. We obviously it's football for the first time in forever since February. Got NFL football, just guys in jerseys. It wasn't a lot of starters or household names playing, but it was football up in Canton. I think the Hall of Fame does a great job. I know you were just there last year, right? With Edge.
With Peyton.
It was Peyton? Okay, celebrating those guys going in. So it's awesome from a fan standpoint, but just hearing those stories, man, hearing those players, coaches, Dick Vermeil, I heard his speech as well, and him just thanking all his other coaches and people that were on his staffs and help make things happen behind the scenes, him shouting out other coaches who he thinks should be in the hall.
Yeah.
As well, players, seeing all his older players show up, Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, etc. So it's awesome, man. I love hearing my former teammate Richard Seymour going into the hall. Sam Mills, I played for the Panthers for a year. That's where the keep pounding comes from with Sam Mills. So just all these guys and hearing their stories and everything that goes into it, and hearing Bryant Young's speech. And you know, talking about, you know, his son Kobe passing and his wife and his other kids and the things that he went through, teammates, coaches, once again, just you never know what guy, we always talk about it, so you never know what guys are going through. And obviously this happens with everybody. Everybody's going through things at whatever job, but you just see these players as just gladiators, entertainers, whatever. But to be going through something like that and to still be, and now I even know about his leg injury. Maybe I was too young to remember that, but the gruesome leg injury that he almost had to have his shit amputated. Like, yeah. So it's always, I feel like it's always a powerful weekend. Puts a lot of things in perspective, and then it's the official kickoff of the new season. So I love everything about the weekend. What about you?
Nah, man, I'm with you, man. It's just, you know, another aspect, another part of the fraternity, you know. And, you know, to be able to put that gold jacket on, you know, have your family there, like you said, your coaches, your teammates, the people to help you get to that point, and you being honored in front of the world of being one of the best to ever do it. It's a beautiful thing. But then obviously to be able to hear the stories, like you said, to hear the stories, what they went through, what the families went through, the wives that was there for the entire ride, man. So again, man, I love to see it. I love to just to see the brotherhood, man, and that's what it's all about. So, you know, again, congrats to those guys, man. Well deserved.
See him again. Make sure we name them all. We got Tony Baselli, the first Jacksonville Jaguar to officially go in the Hall. Had an injury shortened career, but was an outstanding player. Obviously, Cliff Branch, who passed away unfortunately, but he went in. Leroy Butler, what's this guy's name? McNally. What's his first name? McNally, referee going in. Sam Mills, Richard Seymour, Dick Vermeil, Bryant Young. So outstanding class going in.
And then next year,
next year, 1 year up.
Oh, it's gonna be tough right here. This is just for the first time eligible. Joe Thomas, James Harrison, Dwight Freeney, Darrell Reeves, Jari Evans, Elvis Boomerville, Chris Johnson, Matt Forte, Cam Chancellor, Carson Palmer, and Shane Lechler.
Shane Lechler. That was one of Ty's good boys. That's one of Pat's good boys too. Great punter. Played in Oakland for a while.
Man,
but this class is
some names on this list.
I see 3 first ballot guys.
No question 3.
Hold on. I wouldn't say no question.
I see 1 for sure.
Joe Thomas is for sure.
Yeah, Joe Thomas is for sure.
Joe Thomas is for sure.
After that, it gets.
I feel like it does get questionable. I feel like Freeney is gonna be first ballot.
So
and then Reeves.
I won't be, and those are the 2 that I would say, but I just feel like the DBs is tough.
Yeah, but yeah.
And I definitely see D Free getting in. But then it's like it's tough after that.
Joe Thomas, James Harrison, Dwight Freeney, Darrell Reeves, Jari Evans, Elvis Boomerville, Chris Johnson, Matt Forte, Cam Chancellor, Carson Palmer, Shane Lechler. Yeah, I see. So yeah, I go those 3 first ballot. Joe Thomas, Dwight Freeney, Darrell Reeves. Now Darrell Reeves, maybe a question. Did he do it long enough? I know his stint was one of the most dominant, the best I've seen. Like that few years he had.
Who, Reeves?
Yeah, as far as like on it, watching it, the way he did it, the way he played the game, man to man, like,
yeah,
this me, I got this shit over here. Special. When you look at the other first ballot guys, though, I feel like they did it longer, and they got the ball a lot more.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, but you thinking Ed Reed, thinking Troy, you thinking C Wood,
Champ.
So I don't know. It's definitely gonna be one of them things that's gonna get a little tricky. And then John Jay, I want Free to get in first ballot, but John Jay bring up a good point, like with DeMarcus Ware.
I expected him.
Yeah, so like with DeMarcus Ware, you got Freeney, you still got Rob, you got Matt.
Yep.
So it's gonna get a little tricky there.
I think Reeves gonna be first ballot. He went to New England and got that Super Bowl too. That 1 year went and did his thing. I think Reeves is gonna be first ballot. So Joe Reeves, we said Free should be
Free, yeah.
Well, yeah,
but then it's like you look at that list, and then you gotta look at the other guys
that's been waiting.
You got Torrey Holt, you got Weeze, you got Steve Smith, you still got Zach Thomas out there,
Sante Samuel, Hester again, Andre Johnson.
Yeah, like the list goes on and on.
Man, I mean, it's such an honor, you know what I mean? And then it's such a small group of guys, which it should be, and it should be something that's tough to crack in. It should be something that's good to get in. You get that buzz because you in there forever. Like you the greatest of the greatest of this game that obviously we all love. So it's an honor, man. It's an honor even being on that list.
Yeah.
And then obviously for the guys that go on to be finalists. But man, it's an even more incredible feat to be first ballot. And I don't know if it's any difference amongst the Hall of Famers. I know from the outside looking in, it's like, man, for that first ballot, it's like, yeah, the first time my name came up,
it's a difference.
I can say, I don't know. I feel like if I get that gold joint, because some of them cats, they go in at 70 and it's still like, man, look like they. So, but it got, I would assume
gotta be, you know what I'm saying? No knock on if you got to wait 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. But like you said, like for you to be able to first time available and they come knocking on that door. Yeah.
As soon as you hang it up, 5 years later.
5 years, a Peyton, a Tom.
Ray Lewis.
You already know. Like, 5 years, I'm in there.
What is it? About 1 year out? 2 maybe?
Yeah, 2 years. 2, 3 years.
Nah, cause shit, I feel like I'm about to be 5 out. Did Ed Reed play after me? Ed Reed.
Yeah, well, it
might be 1 more year. But yeah, even a guy like Cliff Branch. Like Cliff Branch should have went in. And I wasn't allowed to watch it, but you hear about his stats and what he did for that team and how they dominated. He should have been the guy that should have been in the Hall earlier. But somebody said he got in 2009. Who got in 2019?
Shit, Ed.
Ed Reed already in that? I'm tripping.
Yeah, you smoking that dope. That's what I was saying. Like he got in there like 2 years ago.
I'm tripping. I don't know why. I feel like Ed Reed was still playing when I was playing, like for the Jets.
Like he was, but
for the Bills, like, I feel like Ed was still.
He was coaching for I know he was coaching for the Bills.
Oh, okay. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
man. I gotta go take my man.
On that pack early in the morning.
I can't do a pre-show. That's after show. That's a nightcap.
Yeah, boy, on that pack.
But yeah, this stat class, man. Stat class.
Yeah.
What else we got, man? Before we get into our division, and we had a scheduling. This happens a lot with West Coast guys. But my guy Rich, he got mixed up. He's actually doing his show right there on the West Coast. Because he thought it was, I text him like, yo, you good? He said, yeah, man, can't wait. I said, bro, we've been off at 30, waiting for you, bro. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm on here right now. He thought I was talking about Pacific time. Get mixed up. So we mix up. So Rich was late to another meeting. Matter of fact, we're still gonna play the video though. So I want to know, You have this ever happened to you? I know you were an early guy, getting the building early kind of guy. I wasn't. I was more of a. If my first meeting is at 8, I get the building probably about 7:30. But Rich obviously had an experience when he was on his way late in the Bill Belichick meeting. You getting there 1 minute late. Every day was an 8 o'clock team meeting, and you in there 1 minute late. He's sending you home for the entire day. And when I was there, he sent your ass home with some DVDs or whatever was going over that day, and you got hit for every meeting you missed that day. So when you stress like that, you have some thoughts when you wake up late. I get this ticket. Maybe this ditch may not fuck my car that bad. Let me
see if I can drive it into real slow, get a little. Hey,
if I get stuck real quick and hit DT. Hey. You ever had one of those experiences?
Hey, I have, yo. Yeah, so my shit was maybe my second year. It was doing OTAs. Got up, hit the snooze. I'm like, I'm just lay here. You know one of them Jones. I'm gonna just lay here, close my eyes, open my eyes. It was 45 minutes went by. I'm like, oh shit. I jump up, throw some slippers on. I ain't brushed my teeth with nothing. Hit the garage, hit the door, and I'm speeding down the jump. So, like during the OTAs, you have a short meeting in the morning, and then you going straight out to the field.
Yeah.
And the worst feeling is when you pull up in the parking lot, and the parking lot is full, right? Packed with the cars, right? So I jump in the park my jump. And I'm running through the back door.
Mm-hmm.
And they all out on the field doing walkthrough.
Out there early, like, dang, up. So I started right on time, huh?
I grabbed my jersey. I didn't change it. I just threw my jersey on. I had some Jordan shorts on, threw some cleats on real quick. Luckily though, Coach Dungy won at practice that day.
Man.
And my DB coach, Coach Allen, A-Dub. So I'm running to the sideline, and everybody, it's one of them things you running on the field, and everybody just turn around and looking. So I'm like, shit. Like, so, I get to the sideline. Then everybody start laughing. Coach A-Dub like, look, man, you good. Just go in there, change your stuff, man. Get yourself together, because I know you in the mix right now. It was my second year.
And you out there in the so for y'all that don't know, him been out there, whatever he was out there, everybody's out there in team issue gear. That's one of the things that, this probably starting college, but team issue gear. So, UConn top down, yeah, your Nike, whatever. So Colts gear.
Bruh, like that.
So even you just like, being out there, your George Shore.
Ride, my heart in my stomach. I'm like, damn, what's gonna happen? This, that, and the third.
Thinking about everything, bro.
But I think one of the things that got me out of it was like I was never late. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when you are late, somebody, oh well, shit, like something must be really wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like him. You know what I mean? So I think that was like one of the things that saved me, but. Bro, I talk about that shit all the time. Like, if I got pulled over, they would probably arrest me, because I know I was 100 all the way there.
Bro, the thing about it, when you wake up and your body just know when you messed up.
Yeah.
Because your body, whether it's the sun, it might be just sitting a little bit higher than it usually is when you're supposed to be up. You didn't wake up to the alarm clock. Whenever it's happened to me, I just feel like I just levitate out there being like, oh shit. You just get up, you get that car, and you start thinking about everything, man. I make up a family emergency, speeding ticket, like what? So when I saw this story, Rich, and it actually happened to me in New England. It was a blizzard one time, just a flash blizzard. Like I didn't know it was coming, right. And I didn't stay more than 5 minutes from the facility. But got in there, getting up still probably 2-3 minutes late. Driving, the league, like it don't matter what's going on in the real world. Like unless you get a message from coach that practice, walkthrough, cancel, delay, whatever, your ass expected to be in there. And it's not an environment where people just showing up late, 2-3 minutes late, 5. Like nah, if it's a meeting at 8, and certain buildings are different, but if it's a meeting that's starting at 9 o'clock. Like most people in their seats come, 8:55, 8:57.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some teams, it's 9 o'clock, everybody walking in at 8:59. But the other teams is like, New England was at 8:55, you pretty much in your seat. That's just stressful. And then you getting fined sometimes, it could be 10 to depending on how your team is.
Yeah.
I think based on the CBA, it's a certain max that they can fine you. Some coaches will fine you that max. But that's just stressful, man, especially when you're young, when you're not sure if you're gonna make that team or not. Like AB, it does work for you when this guy's always early, he's always something. So then people really looking at you, oh shit, like like something must happen. Then it's mandatory. You walk in with a face like something wrong. You hope that people don't bother you. You walk in with the man face. Ain't nothing happening, you motherfucker.
Man, coming that joint flustered,
rattled, crusty your eye, breath stank. Man. But we'll play this video real quick so you have real shit got for Rich.
So I wake up, my phone died overnight. I am frantic. I'm going to be 10 minutes late for this day. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And I have this sinking feeling in my stomach, like I'm going to get cut. And I see a church van in front of me that's all dinged up. And it's got, the black smoke coming out of the exhaust pipe. And I'm just like, I'm going to hit this car. It's better to pay the insurance or peel off this guy a couple $100 than embarrass myself being late for this Patriots team meeting. I didn't hit him hard. I cruised into him enough that it dented my bumper, so I had proof. So I had visual evidence that I actually got into a car accident. First through the door is Dante Scarnecchia, my offensive line coach. He goes, how's it going, Speed Racer? That stuff doesn't work here. You be on time from now on.
That's crazy. So coach was already hip to it.
Oh, yeah. They already go. Them coaches, that's the thing. Coaches, they kind of like parents in a sense where, when you're a parent and your kid think they getting over you. I did that 20 years ago. Like I had them same thoughts when I was 9, 13. So these coaches, and Dante Scarnecchia, he done been around forever. Right? Probably the greatest offensive line coach in NFL history. It was in New England even before Belichick. But shout out to Rich. At some point, we're going to have to get him on the show. Hilarious dude, great teammate. We're going to have to get our times. Easter, we're going to have to talk. Maybe he hit a call this morning.
Yeah. Hey, so Tone, Tone asks,
good question.
I have players that got a pass for showing up late because of talent. So I know my man, he wouldn't mind me telling this story. So we in Indy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having a meeting. And was you there when BA was there when he took over?
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's 2012.
Yeah, so you probably remember this. So we sit in the meeting room and everybody.
I remember. Team meeting?
Huh?
Team meeting, right?
Team meeting, yeah.
Meeting. I remember this.
Sitting in the meeting room, and everybody in their chairs waiting for the meeting to start. And typically, you have somebody standing in the front door, kind of just looking to see who's walking in, and they'll be at the top of the stairs and be like, "Nah, we got 2 more. No, we got 1 more. Like,
oh yeah,
1 more, right?" So, we was kind of waiting. Like 2 minutes went by, 3 minutes went by. So I think it might have been DT or somebody was at the top stairs and kind of named, told coach who it was, right? So coach was like, "Oh, we gonna wait on that motherfucker," right? So he was like, "Hey, look, one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna treat everybody fairly, but I'm not treating everybody the same."
Treat you the same, yeah.
This motherfucker that we waiting on, we gonna wait on him, and that was my man 9-8.
Yeah,
said man Rob Mathis. So to that question, I mean, hey, it's different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying? So to Coach's point, I'm gonna treat everybody fairly, but everybody's not getting treated the same, and I can respect that.
Yeah. Now, hey, that was a five-star player. He'll say, "Hey, 5-star, we gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for that motherfucker." And then he says, I don't know who he said it to, but he said it to one One guy, young guy. Hey, if it was your ass be in trouble. We'll start this motherfucker without you. We gonna wait on 9-8. But hey, that's a coach keeping it real. And everybody sitting in that room kind of already, okay, we get it. We understand. But everybody don't get you gotta act sometimes how you can afford to act. That's what we say in that locker room. Yeah, you gotta act how you can afford to act. And once again, like AB said, 9-8, what he didn't make a habit of that. 9-8 was never late to shit. He was always on time. He was always early to things. So when it is that time, hey, maybe he was getting some treatment and lost track of time. Maybe something just happened and he's built up that credibility in that building to where he can get away with that. But if you're a rookie, you're a second year player, you somebody who ain't built that up, you're gonna pay the taxes. And that was planes. That I know I was late to a plane once or twice, and that's a different type of stress. That's a different type of stress. Because on Saturday we have our mock game. I walk through whatever. You got a couple hours. A lot of guys just stay in the building, shower, change in the building. I was one of the guys. I would go home, change, put one in the air real quick, do my thing. Man, you fuck around and that sweat start going. You already in the suit or whatever you were traveling. Motherfucking sweat start going down the middle of that bag. Motherfucker, you on two wheels coming across there at the clear port,
bro.
Yeah, that plane shit used to be stressful, boy.
Because I've had that, but then I've had like we wait on the plane, and rookies got to bring the food on the plane, and we sitting like, man, where the rooks at? Rooks call them, hey, OG, man, hey, I'm still waiting on the food. I'm waiting on the chicken. Like, hey, bro, forget that chicken, man. Get your butt on.
But you gotta leave the wings.
Hey, get here.
Yeah, them rookies, that was a different type of pressure for them because they had to have the food on point. So they got to leave the building. They got to get ready, leave the building, go pick the food up, and then be on the plane with the food. Now, if you were a couple minutes late and you had all the Popeyes, you may get a pass from that. And then for us, you got them two doors, so you had it ain't like the regular plane where everybody board the same. So like the players usually board on the back of the plane.
Yeah.
And then the coaches and like the staff, front office people, they board the front.
Oh man!
But if your ass late, you missed that cutoff to where because we take off at 3. Everybody's supposed to be in their seat 2:30.
Yeah.
So it's 2:45, 2:40. You get there, you got to go up them front stairs
and walk by everybody with your head down.
You walking past Chuck, Pete Ward, whoever the front. Oh, shit. But yeah, that's different type of stress, man. But let's get to this division, man. Let's get to this AFC West, man.
Good time.
Good time. Great time. That's the type of shit you miss about ball.
Indeed.
You gotta walk past everybody in the building. Oh man, but
then, hold on. But then you waiting on somebody, so you got that long walk from the from where you park at to the plane, right? So you making that walk all by yourself, and everybody is in the plane.
Again, that lot full.
Again, you said parking lot full, so you got to park all the way in the back, and then you making that walk on the plane. Everybody out looking out the window, like, man, look at this little sorry ass late to the plane.
Button, hey. Shirt sweat, cause you're sweating.
Man, what? Your shirt might be untucked,
Yeah, you sweat. You looking bad. You looking disheveled. Oh man, good time. It only make it a little bit better if it's one motherfucker that come behind you. If it's one more person, that make it a little bit better. But it's really like we both looking like some assholes.
Oh man,
be a pro. Hey, be a pro, guys. Any young players tapped in, them plane trips. My advice would be, unless you live really close to the facility, do your mock game. Just get your shit, bring your shit to the facility. Equipment people, they probably got irons and shit in the back. Whatever you gotta take, handle your shit in the facility and go straight to that airport. That's your best bet. I'm gonna let until you get everything under control. Where your
routine.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But the division that everybody's expecting to be the best in the league this year, and as you can see with these preseason odds, everybody got is plus money.
Yeah.
So Kansas City Chiefs, they're the favorite, plus 155 to win the AFC West. Chargers coming in second, plus 240. Denver Broncos, plus 260. The Las Vegas Raiders at plus 700. First off, who you got winning this division? AFC West.
I don't even feel right saying this, man, but I got your Chargers, man.
Oh shit! We got room for you.
Nah.
We got room for you in the bandwagon.
I ain't buying no merch and not like that, but just looking at the division, man. I say with the Raiders, and I'll start from the bottom to the top. Offensively, they got it. Not sure what's gonna happen with Jacobs, man. It was kind of like questionable seeing him choking the rock as much as he did in that first preseason game. But on the offensive side of the ball, I think they got everything that they need. Defensively, man, you got two guys coming off that edge that's going to wreak havoc. But after
Chandler
that,
Jones, Max Crosby.
I'm not sure about the defensive side of the ball for the Raiders. Denver, it's just a lot of firsts. Russell, first year out there. You just had an injury to one of the receivers, so I'm just not 100% sure what we're gonna get out there. And then Kansas City, of course, Tyreek Hill, that's gonna be a huge loss. I don't think you could talk about how much he meant to that team and to that offense. And obviously bring some guys in, Juju, and you got some guys that can fill in. You still got
MVS.
You still got
Green Bay.
So I think they still gonna make it work. Obviously with Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, they gonna smart coaches, smart guys. But what the Chargers got over there, man? You got Herbert, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen on the defensive side of the ball. You bring in Khalil Mack. You got Bosa already. We talked about Asante Samuel Jr., J.C. Jackson. Like they got it. Both sides of the ball, they got it. So that's I will go with the Chargers right now. I will go with them winning the division.
Yes, Brandon Staley, his second year. I'm with you. Obviously, I got the Chargers as well at plus 240 to win this division. Quarterback, you can obviously be in the conversation with anybody. It's the best quarterback division for sure, top to bottom. And just the continuity offensively, like you spoke on, and then defensively adding a guy like Khalil Mack, who I still think got some great years left in the tank, opposite of Joey Bosa. J.C. Jackson, who's going to be sitting in the meeting room every day with Asante Samuel Jr. Derwin James, who should be getting his money soon and be the highest paid safety in the league, deservingly so. I'm excited. Even Kyle Van Noy, who's a versatile piece in that defense. He'll be moving around. Murray will be back out there. Got all the pieces, man. I feel like they spent their money wisely this offseason, and they closed that gap between the Chiefs that have been on top and have been on top for, last 4 years. So still got Andy Reid, the head coach, and the quarterback in place. Both coordinators, Eric Bieniemy and Spags. So you still got to knock the champs off. You still got to knock the top dogs off, to be that. But I think the Chargers, they got all the pieces there. So I'm going with the Chargers as well.
Yeah. High expectations for your Chargers, man.
Absolutely.
I'm coming out. I talk a lot of shit about, giving you a hard time. But high expectations for them, man. So they can't go out here and lay an egg.
Hey, high expectations, and it hasn't been that really for a few years at least. But high expectations, man. I know from the man-to-man part, it's definitely high expectations. Y'all know how I've been talking about that quarterback forever. Joshua Palmer, another guy we got a chance to sit down with in Miami. Should be a big year for him. Being, in that receiving room with Keenan Allen, with Mike Williams. He should have every opportunity to win and thrive this season. So I'm excited to watch these Chargers, man. Let's get right to the over-unders. 10 games. It's set right at 10 on the FanDuel Sportsbook for the Los Angeles Chargers. 10 wins in this division. What you think? Chargers over or under?
I'm going to go over.
Over 10 wins.
Over 10.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a knock 'em out, drag 'em type division. I'll say 11-6, 12-5 probably wins this division. They beat each other up a little bit. I'm going to go over 2. I'm going over 10. 10.5 for the Kansas City Chiefs on the FanDuel Sportsbook. 10.5. 10.5 Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm going to go under.
Under. So you got them, I'm assuming, at 10 wins, 10-7.
Yeah, I got them right at like 10 wins. I'm going to go under.
Yeah. I'm going to go over 2. Chargers Chiefs go both. I think they both going. I can't see Patrick Mahomes winning less than 10 games in the 17 games. I can't see. I gotta give at least. So maybe the Chargers go 12-5. They go, I'm going over. I'm going over. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid ain't going 10-7. Damn that. Denver Broncos.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Over under 9.5 wins.
I'm gonna go over.
I'm going under. I say 9-8. They took a big hit this past week too. Lost Tim Patrick, had a bad knee. Hate all these injuries at any point, especially in training camp. Before I know these guys been busting their ass all off season. Show up to training camp, probably in the best shape. Looking forward to contribute, have a big year, and then something like this happens. So speedy recovery to Tim Patrick. But I'm going under with the Denver Broncos. I'm going 9-8 for them this year. So they are set at 9.5. I'm going under for the plus 115 on the FanDuel Sportsbook. And we're going to bring up the rear with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Over
at 8.5 wins. The Las Vegas Raiders. Devontae Adams coming to town. Hunter Renfrow. Darren Waller. We talked about Jacobs. Now he's guaranteed. I think he's already guaranteed over 2 this year. Been hearing some rumors about him potentially being traded, and that's probably why they playing him, to show him off. They also said that running backs, they want to play him in the preseason to get him hit. Every running back played for the Raiders, but 8.5.
I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I gotta go over too. I gotta get at least 9 out there.
Hey,
I'm going over.
If it does happen where Josh Jacobs gets moved, if you in need for a running back,
take a chance on him.
Take a chance on him, man. I like Josh, man. He's one of those running backs. Watching film after a player, be like, damn, like it's gonna be a day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to tackle him and get him down. And I think obviously got to stay healthy. But I like Josh Jacobs, man. I think he can be a great addition to a team. I like him.
I'm with you too. So reminding folks where you went. Raiders 8.5.
Over.
I'm over as well. DBNAB over. Los Angeles Chargers at 10 wins.
Over
as well. We on the same page. Chiefs 10.5 wins.
Under.
And then Broncos.
I have them over 9.5 as well.
9.5 as well. All right. And on Eastern Standard Time, I got Rich. Rich got to jump in the bed. He got to jump in and at least say hello before we get up out of here. I think you're on mute right now. Rich, it looks like what up, man?
Hey, D-Bud. Hey,
what's going on? D-Bud said you late for another meeting.
I'm sorry for my lateness. I got into a car accident.
we talked about that earlier, man. We know the time frames get messed up sometimes, but we got to get you on obviously pretty soon here, man. I hope your show went well. But what you think about AFC West before you get up out? I know you're on the West Coast, obviously playing for the Chargers. What's your take on that division and who comes out on top this year?
Man, I'll tell you what. Have we ever seen a better division? I mean, the AFC West, that is loaded. I mean, we're talking about shoot, 3 Hall of Famers and maybe 1 maybe. Like, I mean, what if the Raiders end up doing something special, winning a Super Bowl sometime during this Derek Carr contract? I mean, we have a real discussion that there are 4 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in this division playing right now. And I know it's speaking early about Justin Herbert. Who comes out on top? It's got to be the Chiefs, right? I mean, they've been
we both took the Chargers.
Oh, look at you. Okay.
Before we jumped on, we got the FanDuel Sportsbook odds right here. Chiefs are the favorites, 155. Chargers second, plus 240. Broncos plus 260, and then the Raiders plus 700. I was surprised that their odds are that long. Yeah. But you still sticking with the Chiefs? Same, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, sticking with them.
I'm sticking with them. Here's the deal: the Chargers, to your guys' point, they actually have better top end talent, in my opinion. But I think the Chiefs, they made some smart moves. Apparently, they love this new kid, Sky Moore, out of one of those, Eastern, Western, Northern.
Yeah, Western Michigan.
Yeah, there you go. Like, apparently, he's just dazzling people at camp. And, Patrick Mahomes, he's going to do some special things. And Andy Reid's a great offensive mind. But I like actually looking at the sports book there. There's tremendous value on the Raiders. Plus 700, man. Yeah. That is, boy, grab that.
Yeah,
get it.
Yeah, and they got the over-under as well for the Raiders. I know you sound like you're high on the Raiders. I know was Josh McDaniels there with you at all?
He was briefly. So
okay, I know Billy O was the OC.
Yeah, he was the OC. Remember, there was like that crossover year where they got Josh McDaniels back in the building as a consultant. Billy O was leaving to take the head coaching job with Penn State. And so Josh McDaniels came in from the Rams that season before he took over for Billy O the next year. So I got to know him a little bit. But yeah, Josh McDaniels, look, second time around as a head coach, same division, by the way.
Yeah.
I think he gets this thing right. That was a playoff team a year ago. I like the over on that win total.
Yeah.
I said at 8-5.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying before you jumped on, I like what Oakland has over there. Just not 100% sure as far as that defense. You got Crosby, you got, Chandler Jones coming off that edge. But after that, it gets a little tricky on that defense.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And the offensive line is a problem, man. Last season, Derek Carr was under a lot of pressure. He did some good things, but the run game couldn't get going, so there was no help there. Yeah, if they can get things resolved up front, they can protect Derek. They can have a competent run game with Jacobs having a bounce back year. Boy, I'll tell you what, it's so difficult because everybody's a killer in that division. I mean, the Broncos, Chiefs, they got to win some of those games. But yeah, if they can, the Raiders could be a real surprise coming out of the AFC.
Everybody, man. And I know you're doing your show, man. Let the people know where they can find your show.
Okay, I do my show here in San Diego on Extra 1360. You can hear me weekends, Fox Sports Radio nationally, and also find me on Twitter at Ornberger, TikTok, Instagram at Rich Ornberger. But the truth is, we need to have a longer conversation. We got a lot up to do, you two.
No, definitely, man. So we got to get you at some point back for sure. You had something, AB? Nah.
I was just gonna say, like, in that division, if anybody wins, is it really gonna be a surprise?
No.
Yes. Hell yeah.
I'm thinking, right. If the Raiders win that division, will you be surprised?
I would be shocked.
The Raiders win the division?
Absolutely. I'd be shocked. Come on, man. We just talked about Patrick Mahomes, probably the most talented quarterback we've ever seen play. Andy Reid, a top 5 probably NFL coach. Justin Herbert, if I had to take one quarterback, I would actually take him over Patrick Mahomes. And then you added Khalil Mack. That we talked about that roster already. Yeah. One of those, if anybody out of those two teams, outside of those two teams win the division, I'd be shocked. Honestly, I don't even think the Broncos.
So if Russell went up,
hell no.
You'll be surprised. You'll be shocked.
Shocked. Yeah, first year, Nathaniel Hackett, if he comes in his first year and wins that division with all those moving parts defensively, I mean, they lost. Vic was a great. No, I'll be shocked. Shocked. Shocked.
Let's face it. So you got Tom Brady go to Tampa Bay, first year with them, wins the Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford goes to LA, first year wins the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying we have provable circumstances recently where it has. So it wouldn't be shocking. And then on top of it, you look
Sean McVay, Bruce Arians.
I get it. Yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Good point, too. And those were
Man, you gonna shit on Hackett like that?
I'm not sure. McVay, we know who he is. He's a whiz kid. BA, one of the best offensive mind in the game for the last few decades in the league. So those guys had a whole different type of resume. Now, Aaron Rodgers speaks highly of Hackett, and we all know what type of leader and player that Russell Wilson is at the quarterback. But I haven't seen, in my opinion, Russell Wilson put a team on his back and carry a team on his arm throughout an entirety of the season and playoff run. I haven't seen it. Can he do it? Justin Herbert hasn't done it either. Derek Carr hasn't done it either. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes, that's a safe bet. But I'd be shocked. But Rich, I got to get this one thing though before we get you out of here. Because this Jordan Davis clip has been going around from practice, from training camp. And I have to get an opinion from an expert, an interior offensive lineman, if this is a good rep or a bad rep by the center, because I've heard the O-line chime in. So let's see it. Oh.
Yeah, look at the big fella.
Oh, Jordan Davis. So what say you? Good rep, bad rep by this center?
Well, what's interesting is he actually has vertical leverage, which means his pads are under Jordan's pads. And the only thing that's missing here, because he did everything right, he did everything he could to stop this bull rush, except get good interior leverage with his hands. You see Jordan's got his chest plate, and that's going to be a problem for the center. But I'll tell you what, Jordan Davis is going to be a problem for a lot of centers. That is a long boy. That is a rolling ball of butcher knives coming downhill, and I would not want to get in front of it. And you know how it goes defensively. You guys, you turn on the film and you got a big man like that push in the middle of the pocket. That gets your edge rushers home. That gets your quarterback off the spot, and he's forced to make throws off his back foot or with poor mechanics, and then he'll float one out to you guys. It screws up route timing. So now you got a quarterback sidestepping and trying to find his path in the pocket before delivering. So it gives you more of a chance to break on the ball. Philadelphia Eagles, low key, that's an NFC team that could win that division, that could make some noise in the postseason, because I was impressed with a lot of things that happened with Jalen Hurts last year. And they had a boy. I mean, I'll tell you, I haven't seen an athlete his size ever in the NFL. That guy can move.
Yeah.
Davis, yeah. That was freakish. What he did at the combine, we talked about it earlier. And me and AB are both high on the Eagles too. I picked them to win that division. Obviously, it's going to be a lot on Jalen Hurts and how he develops at their quarterback position. But they surprised a lot of people last year, even getting in the playoffs and getting that experience. But yeah, man, I can't wait to have you back. Appreciate you jumping on the tail end here. We'll definitely get the schedules lined up correctly next time. But appreciate you, Rich.
Yeah, man, appreciate you.
Thank you guys for having me on. We'll do it again soon.
Absolutely. But so that's it, man. We out. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you on Thursday, same place, same time, and we'll have another week of preseason football to talk about. Hopefully, some other NFL news from the Man to Man Show. Me, AB, and Rich.
Yes, sir. Peace. Hey, man, y'all have a great week now. Start the week off right.
Start the week off right.
30 minutes. We need 30 minutes of activity. Walking, jogging, something.
I'm 3 days. Today will be my 4th day straight.
Okay.
4th day straight, man. I just started learning a new language too.
What's your language?
Spanish. Started learning Spanish. I took it in high school, but didn't really pay much attention to it, honestly. So I'm gonna be traveling a lot of time. I have a lot of free travel time on my hands this year. So I say I gotta find something constructive to do. You know, an idol of mine is the Devil's Playground.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, I'm gonna learn a language this year. Man. So Spanish, man. I'm 4 days in with that too. So working out, Spanish.
Hey, I like it. I keep it. Hey. You know,
I saw Nakeem get that smoked on Twitter too. I saw that.
Who?
Nakeem was racing the niece or somebody on the beach. I smoked. Knees picked them knees up.
Them hips tight. Hey, but now in that Spanish, man, my kids, man, they my oldest two, they've been trying. Well, I need to start too, because they my daughter, she gonna be fluent probably after this year.
Yeah, it's way easier for them to learn.
Yeah, and then my son, he'll be in the first grade, and he started last year, so they're gonna be around the house talking shit to me in Spanish. I don't know what they talk about. yeah. You right.
I got it. It was good getting back into it because you remember some of the stuff you had to take off foreign language in high school.
I took it. I started in middle school.
Okay, I took it in high school and then
started in 7th grade, high school, and in college.
Yeah, I'll be fluent by February.
Muy bienito.
Muy bienito. But all right, man, we out. See y'all Thursday.